OMG, y'all. Hello. We are live and starting it off already. Good evening, good people. Come on in and make yourselves comfortable. This is going to be a fun night. And
Come on, y'all.
I will introduce myself and my handsome guest in just a minute, but I got to share it to my page first. But listen, we're about to have some fun. I got my brother on here with me, y'all, and he is cutting up already.
Just a little bit.
Already. Let me see. Let me see if I can play it.
All right.
Yes, y'all don't understand. We're gonna
Oh,
tell you
got it.
what that's all about in just a second. Oh man. We are going to tell you what that is about in just a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. We got it. I am good. So let me go back. Turn it down. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So welcome to another episode of Relationship Talks. I am your lovely host, Siobhan Carter, the You Relationship Coach. And what that means is I am passionate about all things concerning relationships, especially the relationship that you have with yourself. And tonight, I have the pleasure of being joined by my brother. My Florida A&M University brother, who I met many moons ago. We will not say how many. It was a whole long time ago. When we met, and we have been friends and staying connected ever since. We met on the 7th of Highest Hills, is what we like to call it, in Tallahassee, Florida. We were both a part of Image's modeling troupe. I am. So we are, we just been cutting up ever since then, and going through life together, just all kind of ups and downs and everything, but we're still connected. And so I'm so happy to have him here. He is the owner of the Radius Group, which is a catering and meal prep business. He is a fitness enthusiast, so he loves to work out and make sure he is taking care of his physical body. And he is so many other things, but he is my brother, my friend, and I'm so grateful to have him here tonight. So welcome, Darius. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is
So
a pleasure to be here.
yeah, what else would you like for the people to know about you, Mr.
I mean, you
Branch?
just said a lot. You just told the people a lot.
Mhm.
FAMU grad, been in Atlanta since 2003. And as you know, recently started the Radius Group, which is my catering and meal prep company. So I think
Yeah.
you covered a lot. You did.
Okay. All right. So we want this to be an interactive discussion. Tonight we are going to be talking about pleasing a man with food. So we want you to chime in, send us your questions, your comments, and let us know what your thoughts are as we get into this topic of discussion. Is it possible that food could be the way to a man's heart? I don't know. We're going to talk about it. Somebody has said that, but I don't know how true it is. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get into it, Darius, I really want you to talk about the Radius Group. So we're going to be talking about food tonight, but you have a company that you just recently started, and it is a meal prep and catering company. So tell us about the Radius Group. What is it all about, and what prompted you to start this company?
The Radius Group is it's kind of the meeting place of the perfect storm of three things happening, right? My grandmothers, both of them loved to cook. They were probably the best cooks that I have ever come across in my life, and I was their sous chef, or if that's what you want to call it. I was 6, passing sugar and cups and spoons and whatnot. But as I got older and I started cooking on my own around maybe 12, I would call them and I would ask them, what can I what can I do for this? What do I need to add to this? And they would be, a pinch of this, a dash of that. So it was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
And then in my adult life, I started, when I went to the doctor, my doctor told me that I needed to change the way that I was eating. I needed to stay away from fried foods and eat more fruits and vegetables. What we heard our parents saying that they needed to do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then about maybe 18 months ago, one of my brothers called and was like, I need your help. There was going to be an opportunity for me to move to Tampa, opening 3 restaurants. So I needed to do a lot of research. I needed to come up with 3 different independent menus. But that move didn't happen. I'm still in Atlanta. And after all that research, coming up with the menus and everything like that, I still needed to do something with it. And I turned that into my catering menus and pulled from each one of them to form my meal prep menu. So I still eat everything that's good, that we grew up on, everything that we love, like collard greens. I just make them more healthy. So it was those 3 things that kind of got me in the kitchen, cooking up something in the wee hours of the morning. Everybody calls me the late night chef.
Yeah, really, because if you are friends with Darius, then you know that he has these meals that just make your mouth water when you are looking at these pictures that he's posting of just late night meals, that he's big meals too, that he's pulling together. So it just sounds like it was inevitable that this was going to happen. It started when you were young in the kitchen with your grandmothers, and then with your friend calling for your help, and then you getting the groundwork, not knowing that it was preparing you to launch your own business. It's funny how that happens and how God does things. So yeah, so I love to see it, and it's so fitting for you because, like I said, I've seen your pictures that you posted and just you doing it, and it seems like it was therapeutic for you. Would you say that cooking is just a way of release for you?
Oh, for sure. I'm an extrovert, like I like talking to everybody. But being in the pandemic, the panorama as people call it, being forced back into being an introvert, I needed an outlet. I needed something that would let me get whatever was inside. I needed to get it out. The frustration of the Black Lives Matter movement, or whatever was going on,
right?
Whatever stress, whatever I had going on, I needed to get it out. So I did it in the kitchen.
What is that process like for you? Like, do you get to create? Do you know what you're going to come up with before you start cooking? Or what do you do?
My pantry and my refrigerator are side by side. So I literally open the door to my pantry. I open the door to my refrigerator and I smell the air. I pull out ingredients and I just go to work.
Are you serious?
Seriously. I know that sounds crazy.
It does not. I just wish I had it because I look in the pantry and then I just close it because I know how to cook, but I do not like to cook. I'm trying to find the inspiration, the motivation. I just can't find it. So I'm always intrigued by somebody that finds it as therapy and just really enjoys it.
So my dad is the person that will go to a restaurant and decide that he wants to cook this because he can make it better. So he will go home, recreate it, and he'll do that. He'll whatever he cooks Monday through Thursday, he will mix it together. Excuse me, y'all. He'll mix it together on Friday, and it sounds like some goulash or some random meal, but that thing would be gourmet. I didn't get that piece. I can't just throw Monday through Thursday together and come up with a dish on Friday.
Yeah.
But I can definitely look in the pantry, look in the refrigerator, see what I got, taste this, taste that, put it together, come up with a meal. He did give me that.
That's a beautiful thing. Listen, that's why you started your business, for people like me that don't really like to cook.
Yes.
So,
yes. I started it because we all need to eat.
Exactly. We need people like you, but we need people like me to support businesses like you. So yeah, there's a room for all of us.
Amen.
So what are some of your favorite dishes to cook?
Favorite? That's a good question. Macaroni and cheese.
I've seen that macaroni and cheese. It looks so good.
I mean, you can do so much. Like you can like seafood mac and cheese. There's this blackened chicken and mushroom mac and cheese that I make. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna get hungry before the end of this show. I can tell right
I'm
now.
hungry right
There's actually a dinner salad that I make
now.
that has about 19, sometimes 21 ingredients in it. That thing is
Wow.
bomb. Um, I like to bake. That's actually how the Radius Group started.
Okay.
I started the meal prep and the catering last year, but the baking that started in 2010. The baking and the teas.
And it's right. So let's talk about these teas. So not only are you baking and cooking meals, but what you also have the tea side. So tell us about that.
Uh, there used to be this restaurant in Lenox Square Mall that made tea that had fruit flavors infused in it, and as you
Mm,
drink it, you could taste the watermelon or
wow.
the pineapple, the strawberry, whatever. And every time I went to the mall, I would stop by that place and get a large with no ice,
Mm-hmm.
so I could maximize how much I was getting. Right. And
Exactly.
one day, I was like, I can do this at home,
Mm-hmm.
so I did. I
Mm.
started making it myself. I introduced it to my family. That is probably the number one requested item on my menu from my family is the tea. If I go to Sunday dinner, which we have every Sunday, and I
Uh-huh.
walk in the door without some tea, they look at me like, "Oh,
Cross-eyed, like.
I guess you're making it here. I guess you're gonna make it here." So, but then that grew into lemonades.
Mm.
So I make regular sweet tea, regular lemonade, but you can add ginger, add fruit. Um, let the natural sweeteners be the sweetener. So
Mm. Mm. Well, I can't wait to taste this tea because it sounds delicious. Just the
this is mango tea, by the way.
uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yes. Listen, we're gonna have to try some of that when you come visit or when we come visit you. It's got to happen. So when I say we have a group chat of of our friends, and that group chat is hilarious. And so we're
Jocelyn,
always talking about different things. It's myself and Darius and two of our other friends, Monica and Al, and we just have a good time in the group chat. And we're connected. So we are overdue to see each other, especially you, Branch, because we haven't seen you
I know.
in a minute. Yeah. And so so we gotta definitely get connected so that we can taste this food and try this tea. So today we said we were talking about pleasing a man with food, right? So do you believe that is food is the way to a man's heart? Like, do you think that's just a myth or that's true?
No, I think that could be true. I definitely
Okay.
think that could be true. If you can cook like my mom or my aunt,
Hmm.
or even my dad and my brother, I don't think you're gonna beat my grandma, either one of
Hmm.
them. But if you
Yeah.
can cook like that, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you a keeper, huh?" Like you. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, is it enough to keep? No, but you could
Mm,
definitely get some points.
got you.
You
Got
could
you. So,
serious, yeah, for real.
okay. So the food may not be able to keep the man, but it may be a way to reel him in.
But somebody like me, like if I'm going to be leaving this food, I'm gonna think twice before I be like, I got to go. This ain't working.
Right. So being that you are a man that knows how to cook, do you have it like is that an issue? Like if a woman can't if a person can't cook, does that mean anything? Or because you know how to cook, or does your partner have to know how to cook?
No, no,
Mhm.
that's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
But if you can't cook and you don't like dishes,
Yeah. You say you gotta meet me halfway, do something.
listen, I put the dishes on the table. I think you can wash them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna need some help with that because I hate dishes,
Yeah.
but I dirty a lot of them because I cook a lot.
Exactly. You know what I just thought about? Like it makes me think if you already know how to cook and your partner let's say they do know how to cook or they're learning,
Hmm.
do you think you would be extra critical or judging their food against yours because you're really good at it?
No, no. I, and yes, if I'm being honest, no, I'm not too critical. I will definitely let you know if you know my face.
Yeah,
And your viewers are gonna know before the end of this show, right? Like my
exactly.
face tells everything, so I
Yeah.
don't have to say anything.
Uh-huh.
If I don't like the way you did something, either I'm not gonna eat it, or my face is gonna tell all.
Yeah.
I have no poker face, you know, you know.
Yeah. Because I think about those big mamas, like you said, your grandmothers were in the kitchen and they know how to cook. And then you have this young girl coming in the kitchen and she trying something. They like, no, baby, don't worry about it.
We
Just
got this. We got this.
we got
Baby,
this. So,
boil the water, baby. Boil the water.
right, do something else. Make some lemonade or something.
Put some ice in the cups. That's what you. If you go to somebody's house and that's what they tell you to do, they telling you
Yeah,
that you can't cook.
basically.
That's what they doing.
Because it's like a hard act to follow when somebody knows how to cook, and you just trying to learn, or you think you know how to cook, and then they put you to shame. Like, oh no, that is hilarious. So what advice would you give to someone who, let's say, they're just meeting someone and they don't know how to cook? What advice would you give to them? Do you think they should just walk in their truth, or should they learn?
Is there a desire to want to learn?
That's the question. Hmm.
If there's a desire to want to learn, then there's a couple things. Like one, cook what you like because you
Hmm.
know what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
And go slow.
Hmm.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time. Don't rush. It's gonna come out all right. Just give it a little time. Give it a little
Yeah.
seasoning.
Uh-huh.
Put a little seasoning on that thing.
Yeah.
Um, cook. I would say cook what you like.
Yeah.
And if you know your partner well, cook what they like.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like
Now,
he's their palate.
okay. So Rachel has a question. She said, "What is a dish that you can prepare when inviting someone over that you are dating for the first time?"
Know your limits, because if this is, I'm serious. No,
Yeah.
for real. So
Yeah.
if you trying to impress somebody, it's the first date. So obviously you want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
Know your limits. If you can make a bomb pan-seared chicken, garlic mashed potatoes, and sautéed asparagus, knock it out the park.
Mm-hmm.
Because a man, me, that's going to you gonna feed me and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
When good food gets me, when it hits that funny bone,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
I'll close my eyes. I'll rock. I'll dance.
Uh-uh.
Like I have this. I have a real interesting relationship with food.
Okay.
So stick to what you're good at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would not say do what they do in the movies and go buy something and make pass it off as yours.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Or
starting.
if you're in the Metro Atlanta area, then you can just call me to come over and do it, and I'll cook, and I'll lay the groundwork. I will pass it on a platter like this, and all y'all got to do is eat it up, sop it up with a
Yeah.
biscuit.
Yeah, yeah, that would be lovely. Yeah, so you're saying just start with something that you may be good at. One of the things I remember one time I cooked for this guy, and I pulled out one of my favorite recipes that I like something that I had learned. I think it was some recipe that I found on Pinterest, and I was like, "Oh, I like this." I cooked it one time, and it was really good. And then I cooked it for him, and he was like, "You could have just made me like a turkey sandwich or something like that. Like I didn't need all of that."
Ungrateful ass. Excuse me, can I cuss?
I was like, I thought this was good. He was like, it was just I didn't need all of that. I could have had some wings and some chicken, just some regular food.
So I've been in here. I've
Oh
been
yeah.
in here sweating and working over this hot stove.
He was like, look, you got to know your audience. I didn't need all that, but
You got to know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to know what they like.
Mhm,
Now,
mhm.
there's this sandwich that I make that'll make your panties fall off.
A sandwich? What kind of sandwich?
Sausalito.
Really? A sandwich? What you say?
That thing will. My mama might be watching, so I can't say what I want to say. Now, if that thing will Get you a little,
It'll do some things to
it'll
you.
do some things to you.
Get it. So yeah, so that's interesting. So you're saying if the person isn't doesn't have the ability to cook well, but if they want to try, then they can try with something that's a little bit more manageable. Now you have these millennials, a lot of these younger generation folks who said, "Look, you just got to take me as I am, deal with it. I'm not cooking." Like, what would you say to people like that?
That's not even interested, and I love food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that's gonna work. I really don't. Like you're not even willing. You
Uh-huh.
like compromise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the compromise in that? You're not
Right.
gonna try anything. I just
Mm-hmm.
said I can make your panties fall off with a sandwich. You can't make a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Not a,
Effort is attractive.
yeah, that's true.
Effort is attractive. Like just do something, right? If you're not good at it, that's what recipes are for.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush yourself. Find a recipe that you like, that makes sense, that you can follow the steps, or practice it before you actually are preparing it for somebody. Do it for yourself. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like so you know what they're getting, and you both not finding it out at the same time, or cook
Mm-hmm.
it together.
Oh, I like that idea.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that you ain't asked, but that's one of my favorite dates. Cooking together. Let me.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm also checking to see what you know.
Right. Because I was gonna say, does it get a little bit controlling since you know your way around the kitchen? Would it be controlling if your partner came in and was trying to help you cook or y'all cooking together? It's like, do this or put this. Like, do you start to control things?
Well, I don't necessarily think I control things, but if something needs to happen and then it's not happening, then I will
Mhm.
direct. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
it. Uh-huh.
Um, if the pot is about to boil over, 'cause, I mean, some of I got chicken on my hand. I need you to get the
Right.
pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll approach it that way. This is teamwork. Let's see how we work as a team, how we work as a
Right.
unit.
Mm-hmm. That's a
So
good idea.
I'm really scoping. I'm really checking you out. Really seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know your stuff? Do you
Exactly. What you doing?
what are you doing?
Yeah. Are you faking or anything like that?
Just tell me. Just if not,
Right.
I'll teach you. I'll stand behind you and help you cut the onion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now speaking of that, do you in the near future do you foresee yourself doing like any virtual classes to help those who don't know how to cook or
Yes,
want to learn? Okay. All right.
that's coming. Actually, for those that don't know me, I'm an alpha, right? And
Mhm.
um, one of the health and wellness things that's going to come out down the pipeline is a cooking class. Like
Okay.
I'm starting with the bros.
Nice. Nice.
So there's a couple of us that really enjoy cooking. That really everybody likes to eat. Every time we
Mhm.
go anywhere, we always end up, or before the pandemic, we would end up somewhere breaking bread together.
Mm.
But now, because of the pandemic, we're gonna do this. We're gonna try this thing virtually, and we're gonna pick dishes that are manageable.
Mhm.
Make sure everybody has time enough to gather the ingredients, so that we can do that thing together. But I have my entire family cooks.
Okay.
My oldest niece cooks. She's a caterer
Mhm.
as well. One of my cousins is a caterer.
Oh wow.
He's more on the baking side.
Mhm.
He has the most decadent cakes.
Wow. You're probably so good.
Fancy smancy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so we were actually talking about doing a live where we were cooking the same thing.
Nice.
I pick something that I can make. He picks something that he can make. We do it
Mhm.
together and see which one comes out.
Yeah.
See if the other one can do what the other one is good at. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I think that would be so dope just having those kind of classes, even like a couples class or something like that, where they're cooking together and just getting instructions on the meal. There's so many things that can happen with your business. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen,
I'm
what's
excited
going to
to
come
too.
out of it. Yeah, yeah. So one of the things that I just thought about that came to mind was, we're in a day and age, and I see this all the time on social media because I post relationship questions and
Yeah,
scenarios all the time
I
on
answer.
my, on my page. And so, we're in this day and age where a lot of guys are asking, what can you bring to the table? And it just seems like a lot of guys nowadays are more self-sufficient. They know how to cook, and clean and they wash their own clothes, so they don't necessarily need a person to do that for them. So they're like, what else can you bring to the table? So it just makes me think of, I know we're talking about pleasing a man with food, but do men still really look for that if they are self-sufficient? You know what
I
I
do.
mean?
I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I don't need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
fun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to cook every night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not at home. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, let me get right.
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
Um, but my grandma, the one that passed in 2003, she told me, don't ever depend on a woman to do anything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it was ingrained in me, from a much younger age.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I live alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I cook, I clean,
Mm-hmm.
do laundry, oil change, like all that. Like
Okay.
whatever needs to be done is my household. I'm gonna take care of my household.
Right.
But if there is something that you are good at, or that you want to do, or
Mm-hmm.
that we can do together,
Yeah.
then let's make that happen.
Got it. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Yeah. I
Right.
was. I
I'm
was
not
just
stifle. I'm
thinking.
not gonna stifle or stop you from cooking me up some deliciousness.
Yeah. Yeah. You like bring it on. I'll take it.
And I'm always hungry too. I know it don't look like it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I cook healthy, but I am always hungry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Got it. Got it. So we're talking about some of the quick. You talked about when Rachel asked, "What's the dish that can be prepared?" So any practical things that comes to mind, like that are some good dishes that can be really quick that a person can make for their man.
Uh, so what's very quick and easy? You can pan sear some chicken, pan sear some salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they both take like 8 to 10 minutes, right?
I did pan
And
sear. I
then
was one in the oven. Pan
hmm,
sear. I have to try pan seared salmon. I always put my salmon in the oven. I've never tried the pan seared.
you can you can do it in the oven,
Mm-hmm.
on under the broiler, whatever. But salmon, chicken, shrimp. Well,
Mm-hmm.
just I don't know what do you like? What do
Right. Mm-hmm.
but that's a lot of my meal preps.
Okay.
I am making a lot of salmon and a lot of chicken.
Really? Because I mean, yeah, I can see that.
I
Mm.
make a lot of steak, a lot of shrimp, a deconstructed burger that's really really good.
A deconstructed burger?
Yeah, no bun.
Oh,
No, with none of my meals do I serve. Not on the meal prep. I don't serve any bread.
okay.
So I have a deconstructed burger that's sitting on lettuce. It has sweet onion, red onion, sautéed onion and mushrooms,
Mm-hmm.
um, cherry tomatoes, and it looks picturesque, and it looks like eat me.
He said, "Eat me." I want to see that. Yes. Did you post it on your page? I want to see that.
It's on there. It's on one of the posts that have multiple pictures, because it was the last picture on that post.
Okay.
But I'll send it to you, so you don't
Okay.
have to go searching for it. I'll send you the post.
Monica said yes.
Hey sis, my other sister friend, y'all.
Yes. Oh my God, that sounds so good. I'm so hungry. I wish I was in Atlanta right now. I'm telling y'all, I'm so hungry.
But you know when I come up there, we go to Jerry's. So
We do. But it's I want to taste your food though. Mm-mm.
okay, after we go to Jerry's,
You're right. Yeah, we got to go there
because
first.
I got to go to Jerry's.
We do got to go there. Yes. Yes.
It'll be a multi-day trip. We can make that happen.
Yeah. So, what are some overall things that you would want to share with someone about pleasing their man with food? What do people need to know?
So if you have fun with it,
Yeah.
have fun with it. If you're gonna, because you asked earlier about, like, like what would you do, and it's kind of along the same lines it is with this answer. Um, if you're cooking all of this meat, right,
Yeah.
and you're not sure how it's gonna come out, lessen your portion.
Yeah.
Play with that smaller portion.
Right.
If it works out, recreate and repeat those steps.
Mm-hmm.
If not, tweak it a little bit for the rest of it. Don't mess up the whole dish. Now, if you're baking, that you bake it and you put it in the oven, what you put out, you gonna get.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're cooking, you can kind of change the flavor. You can spice it up. You can sweeten it. You can play while you're cooking.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's not, like, make it fun, and it doesn't have to take a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep it light. Keep it fun.
Yeah, because
If
that's
you
the
mess it up, don't do it again. Like,
right. Exactly. Like it's the myth
learn
that
from
you
your
have to be
mistakes.
slaving in the kitchen, and not necessarily, because there are a lot of great things that you can do that doesn't take a lot of time. So, so Rachel said, "Is there a cookbook in the works?"
Yes,
Hmm.
I'm working on that. Now, the hard part with that is that a lot of my recipes, the base of the recipes are family recipes.
Okay.
So I'm actually working on recipes that I would be okay with the masses having.
Got you. Yeah.
Um,
Because some
but
stuff
like,
you gotta leave for your secret stash.
so I'm gonna tell you. So my sweet potato pie is the #1 requested recipe that I have.
Really?
Everybody wants my sweet potato pie recipe.
My mouth water. Let me drink some water. My mouth just
I
got.
will give you one of my sweet potato pie recipes. It is just not the one that I have evolved into.
Okay. Got you. You're right. Okay.
I will let you evolve into your own, but
Yeah.
it'll be a good one. Like, it'll be like the people be like, "Yo, you made this?
You're right.
This is good. This
Monica
is
said,
good."
"Yeah, smell it." She's ready for it right now. Me too, Monica girl. Me too.
Have you had it? Have you had my sweet potato pie before?
Oh,
Monica has.
she has. Monica, you had it. Golly.
She had it. She's the reason. Matter of fact, Monica is the reason I make lasagna.
Is turkey lasagna with turkey in it?
I do have one with turkey in it. Yeah, I have one with turkey. One with turkey and sausage. One with beef and sausage. Add spinach.
Man.
I like to play with food. I told you I would open the pantry, open the refrigerator, and sniff the air, see what comes to me.
So we have a lot of things in the works. So Darius already does meal prep. He's going to have virtual classes coming up soon. He's going to have a cookbook coming up soon, collaborations with family about some things that they can do. So it's just going to be a fun time. So make sure y'all follow him. Tell people where they can follow you to find out more about the Radius Group.
On Facebook, it is the Radius Group. On Instagram, it's the _Radius_group. So the Radius Group there as well.
Okay. I just want to make sure we put that in. We're not going to end just yet, but I just want to make sure if you just want to look it up while we're talking, go on over there and follow his page,
Follow, like, share, comment, order.
That part. Yes. So what about will there be orders eventually that you can mail?
That's I'm actually researching that right now.
Okay.
Because you got to freeze it, you got to put it on dry ice, you got to get
Right.
it where it needs to go. So I'm researching that after homecoming. I'm gonna pick that up. This conversation kicks off because you're one of my favorite rappers. This is kicking off my homecoming experience for 2020.
Yes.
So I'll be back on the grind come Monday.
Okay, got it. Or maybe Tuesday. Don't rush it.
Well, I have an order. I do have an order that I need to deliver on Monday. So,
okay. So you got to get back to work as soon.
Yeah, I got to get back to work.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So FAMU homecoming is coming up next, y'all, and it is always. Let me tell y'all.
It's already lit.
Listen, you ain't been to a homecoming if you haven't been to a Florida A&M University homecoming.
I heard about other ones. I've been to some other ones.
Yeah.
I've heard about a few others.
Mm-hmm.
I never experienced nothing like ours.
Mm-hmm. Not never. Not
never ever.
Nope.
Ever.
Never. So Monica had a question. She said, "What's your absolute favorite dish to prepare?"
All right. So, how emotional you want me to get?
It just depends, but
My favorite dish to prepare is the last meal that I had in my grandparents' house when they were both living.
Wow. Okay.
It was fried pork chops, collard greens, potato salad, yams, sliced tomatoes, pound cake, sweet tea, lemonade, and sweet potato pie.
All of that? Are you serious?
And fried corn.
And fried corn. Golly.
Yeah. That's my
Holiday.
favorite meal. That was actually the meal that I made Thanksgiving. I want to say 2017.
Okay.
My mom came up and came. I had dinner at my house, and my mom was like, "You're not gonna have no turkey?" I was like, "No." Dressing? Mm-mm. She
Wow.
like, "Well, maybe your brother bring me some." I was like, "Maybe." But then I told her why I wanted to cook what I was cooking,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh." She thought for a second. She was like, "Oh, that's perfect."
Yeah. Look at that. That's
Like
perfect.
I really have an emotional connection to food.
Yeah.
Food will make people cry.
Hmm.
It will bring back memories.
Yeah.
It will make you feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
And I do mean
Feel
like
some type of way.
feel some kind of way.
Make you feel some type of way. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what I was expecting it, but you haven't asked about it yet. But aphrodisiacs,
You say aphrodisiac. Okay, well, let's go in. Let's go into it. What are some aphrodisiacs? Come on. What are we talking about? Pleasing him
well,
with
no,
food.
you answer. Have you experienced? Have you ever eaten anything that made you want to,
I honestly haven't. I can't say that I have. I'm excited about food. So if you feed me and it's something good that I enjoy, that in and of itself is pleasurable.
like literally feed you the food, or
No,
just
no,
like
no.
prepare
Just,
something for you?
bring me food or take me
Okay,
somewhere, that has food that I really enjoy, but I haven't actually, tasted food that made me feel some type of way.
okay. Oysters.
I don't even, I can't, the texture of, I just can't get with it. But I've heard that though.
Any type? Like, can you do smoke? Can you do char grill?
I haven't tried it. I guess I'm thinking about the raw oysters.
So raw oysters will have that effect quicker.
Okay.
Like I had three, and I was like,
Really?
check please.
Right?
Can we go? Uh, but yeah, oysters will do that. Yeah, oysters will take it. It will. Yeah.
Okay, I've
So
heard that, but I can't.
put on your big girl panties, or take them off, and eat some.
Whatever floats your boat, right?
Whatever you like.
Right.
No
Okay.
judgment.
Right. Just what?
Judgment free zone. This is what
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah. So oysters. What else?
Um, what have I had that really? Oysters is what happens the most, and
Oh,
will do it the most intensely.
yeah.
Uh,
And golly, anybody else experienced that?
yeah,
Anybody
put it
put
in
it
the
in
comments.
the chat if
I'm
you've
curious.
experienced that?
I know I'm not the
Right.
only one with oysters because I've had that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
The oysters,
Hmm.
yeah. I want some now.
Just thinking about
Go,
it, right?
yeah, I'm going to homecoming. Let's start off with some oysters.
Exactly. Right. Might as well. Uh-huh.
Cheers.
Oh.
I'll drink to that.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So that's definitely one. So the beautiful memory that you have, the food that you like to have, it leads connects to a beautiful memory. So that answer is okay. So Monica said no, but I've heard celery and peaches too. Really? Celery
You know
and
that
peaches?
I haven't heard that one.
I can see how eating a peach can be kind of sensual if depending upon how you do it, but I didn't know that it had that type of effect.
I mean, strawberries. I mean, everybody has at some point in their life used strawberries and whipped cream, ice, candy
Right.
canes,
Chocolate syrup.
chocolate syrup,
Hmm.
the chocolate syrup that hardens and turns into the shell.
Oh,
Eat
okay.
ice cream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those kind of things. So you
I
can,
mean, but even if you like, if you cutting on a steak and you feed it to your significant other a certain kind of way,
right, right.
I'm playing footsies under the table or whatever, that can.
Yeah.
I told you, keep it fun, keep that thing.
Listen, I was just about to say, so cooking can really be fun if you allow it to. It doesn't have to be such a major task. And there are some people that really love to cook. So you understand what Branch is talking about, but people like me who don't enjoy it very much. we can find different ways to make it fun and enjoyable.
It's kind of like, so what's popping up all over the place now are the paint sets.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see like couples classes for cooking classes and like that, pottery and anything like that. Anytime you're creating anything,
Yeah.
like that can be foreplay.
Yeah.
That like
I just thought about this, this couples, but like a naked cooking, like a cooking class or something like that, or you're in lingerie or something like that, that probably would be very sensual. Uh-huh. I'm just throwing out some ideas, Branch, just in case,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I watched plenty of these shows, but I don't know
Right.
if you are ready for what I'm thinking,
Okay.
because there are places
That you could go.
that you can go for that,
Yeah. I'm
and
just
it
saying.
and it turns into a group activity.
An experience. Look, if that's what floats your boat, we ain't here to judge. That's your business. So
Come on, Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha the Brown, right? That's your
That's
business.
your
So
business.
we just trying to help you please your man and have fun in the kitchen. That's what we trying to do.
Come
That's
on,
our
like
goal.
awaken the inner beast.
Exactly. So yes, Monica, he is going to have some live cooking shows. Now, are you going to do like live cooking videos where you have not maybe a class, but like instructional videos?
Uh, I have thought about that, but not
Okay,
sure that I want to do
gotcha.
that because
Mm,
it's so much of it.
yeah.
Maybe with drinks,
That would liven it up for
because
sure.
those are quick. Those quick and down and dirties.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned my tea, or I mentioned my tea earlier. My teas and my lemonades are the base of a lot of my mixed drinks.
Okay.
Um, I don't think we've mentioned it. No, I'm a licensed bartender.
Oh, really? You learn something new every day about your friends. I did not know you were a licensed bartender.
Yep. Because when I go to parties, everybody be like, "Yo, Branch, make a drink." And
Yeah.
for those that don't know, all of my old longtime friends call me Branch, which is
Yeah.
why my name on the screen right now.
Hmm.
Um, but everybody would be like, "Branch, make me one of those drinks."
Hmm.
Again, I would just look and see what I have, smell the air, and come up with something.
It's the smell in the air for me. Yeah.
And then a fun part about the drinks is coming up with the names.
Okay. That sounds like it would be fun.
So I'm gonna give you two.
Hmm.
And I want you to tell me how you order your drink. With
Okay.
the first one is Sweet Brown.
Sweet.
That is a premium because it's made with pure white Hennessy.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'm not going to tell everybody everything, but it's pure white Hennessy, fresh squeezed lemon, orange zest, and one of my teas, mango or pineapple. Right?
Hmm. Sweet brown.
It's sweet, but it's strong. It
Hmm.
gets you where you need to be.
Hmm. Quickly.
But there's one that's vodka based.
Okay.
It's vodka with muddled mint and raspberries, with lemon zest and a splash of simple syrup.
Hmm.
And for those that don't know, simple syrup is exactly that, simple
Okay.
syrup.
Simple syrup. Okay.
Half hot water, half sugar, stir it till clear. You have
Hmm.
simple syrup.
Okay.
Simple.
Uh-huh. I
Um,
like the vodka side. I don't mess with that other side.
but the one with the vodka and the muddled mint and raspberry is called a bad bitch.
Okay, yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
how do you order your drink?
How do I order it?
What do you when you if you're asking for a drink, what do you say?
Um, Give me the sweetest thing on the menu.
But if you take out the sweetest thing on the menu and you put in bad bitch, give me a bad bitch.
I don't know, Branch. What's she gonna order?
Let me get two bad bitches.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
want a bad bitch.
Okay.
Let me get a bad bitch.
Give
I'll have a bad bitch. So I try to make it.
me a sweet brown. Let me have a sweet. Okay, yeah.
I just try to make it fun. But it's
Yeah,
basically what I'm saying, like across
okay.
the board.
Gotcha.
Just have fun with it. Have
Okay. Got it. Yeah. So make it fun. So many ways. So we have had fun tonight. And before we go, Branch actually gave me this idea. So I'm gonna start doing this with all of my guests. And it's gonna be a rapid fire questions using the dating 101 cards, which are this is the deck, all of the decks. I just had a few cards up. But the dating 101 card game is a card game that my friend and I created to spark meaningful conversations on dates, at game nights with your friends, or whatever you want to do. But we just want people to start talking a little bit more, especially when it comes to relationships. You don't even know these people and you get into relationships. So we just want you to have meaningful conversations. And so it has 101 scenarios and questions to get you talking. So we're going to do a rapid fire. This won't allow for the whole lot of talking that that we wanted to do, but it should still be fun. So Branch, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and I'll put in the chat where you can purchase the game from. So just go to we're on Instagram and we're on Facebook. On Facebook, Dating 101 Card Game. On Instagram at Dating 101 Card Game. So check.
I didn't tell you this, and I forgot to tell you this, but I took the dating card game to a game night.
Did you? How did it go? Tell it.
It was so much fun. We turned it into a drinking game.
Are you serious? How did it turn into a drinking game?
I want to say we put names in a hat.
Okay.
Whoever pulled that name had to answer the question.
Uh-huh.
And if anybody agreed with it, they had to drink.
That is.
Or if they disagreed, they had to drink. It was something like that.
I love that. Look, a whole new look. These cards, you can go a whole lot of ways with them. So I love that they have turned it into a drinking game. So I love it.
Drink responsibly, people.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you ready? Rapid fire. Are you a cat or a dog lover?
Neither.
Okay, no pets for you. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl. Okay. Do you prefer love stories or action flicks?
Love stories.
Love stories. Me too. When arguing, do you shut down or talk it out?
Both.
Huh?
Both.
Okay. I want to ask some follow-up questions, but this rapid fire way, I gotta come back to that. Would you prefer a museum coffee date or a dinner date?
Both. I mean, we go on multiple dates.
Okay.
So, first, which one would I prefer first?
Yeah.
Museum.
Okay. Do you prefer breakfast, lunch, or dinner food?
Breakfast all day.
Breakfast all day.
Breakfast is my favorite. Listen, I wasn't even thinking that when we were talking about favorite dishes.
Yeah. Breakfast. Yes.
I got one for you. Do you put cheese? I mean, do you put salt or sugar in your grits?
So I put salt. I've never tried sugar grits. I don't even know what they taste like.
Okay, so I will mix my grits and my eggs together and put syrup on that.
Okay.
But I'm not putting sugar on my grits. That's an abomination.
It doesn't sound right.
That's blasphemy. If you disagree, fight yourself. I don't care. That's blasphemy.
Right. No. So wait, let me go back. So that was our rapid fire, y'all. This is dating. Some of the cards from the Dating 101. So these were either or questions, but the purpose is to get into more dialogue about these questions. So it wouldn't go that fast if you were in a conversation, because I would want to know, like I'm about to circle back about one of these questions. Not when you say, when you arguing, do you shut down or talk it out? You said both. Tell me about that.
In an argument, in the back of my mind, I always know if I want to continue this relationship or not.
Okay.
And if I'm going to say something reckless right now, I try to have enough sense to shut down.
Got it.
And then, breathe, walk away, and then revisit it and talk it out.
Okay.
So I literally do both. Like I try to be mature about this thing.
Right.
Because I'm a Gemini. I can say some hurtful things. I can say some hurtful stuff. I can be petty. I try not to be. But one of my nicknames, which are many, is Petty Branch.
Yeah. I can see that, Branch. I can see how you, I can see how that would be possible for you. But that's true. So Monica said the same thing. She said both. So I guess, in that instance, it's more of a processing. Let me think about how I'm feeling, what I desire to say before I just blurt it out, because it may not come out.
Then it also matters like who did what.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
what are we arguing about?
Yeah.
Because if you did something, then you want me to calm down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be best. Yeah. Yeah. Monica says, I need a minute, then I'll talk. Yeah, I get that.
Let me process.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing.
Uh-huh.
I seldom ask questions I don't know the answers to.
Got it.
Here, because I told you the gift that my dad gave me.
Uh-huh.
The gift that my grandmother gave me is the ability to read people's eyes.
Oh,
The eyes are the key to the soul. They will tell you a whole lot.
a
You look
whole
somebody in the eyes and you have a conversation with them. They are telling you a whole lot more with their eyes than they are saying with their mouth.
Yeah, that's very
So, yeah,
true. You
put
say
that in your pot and let it stew.
right. Stir that up.
Season let that marinate.
Right, because that's true though. And it's funny because when I look at pictures, I remember when my mom was going through something, when she was divorcing from my former stepfather. You could see it in her eyes, like the sadness. At the time, it wasn't something that we recognized, but when we went back to look at pictures, it was just like, oh man, Ma, you look so sad,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then it's so funny to see her now.
Pay attention to your partner because they're gonna tell you some stuff without telling you some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Well, this has been fun, y'all. This has been a fun discussion learning about the Radius Group Branches catering and meal prep business that is going to launch into a lot more things that even if you're not in the ATL area, you can, support this business. So right now, just go follow his page at the radius underscore group on Instagram, on Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
The Radius Group.
The Radius Group on Facebook. So make sure you follow his pages and support this Black brother who is doing his thing, and look forward to more things that he's going to have coming, whether it be virtual classes that you can do with yourself or with your partner, or collaborations that he has with family members, or he's going to be able to figure out how to ship the food to us so that we can get some of this good food, and even his beverages, his teas, that he infused teas and all those kind of great things. So I appreciate you, brother, for coming on and for sharing some tips and tools for how to please a man with food. So make sure y'all take some of this stuff. Don't try too hard if you don't know what you're doing. Just start slow, real slow, like you said.
A is the first letter out.
A, yes. Start there. Experiment a little bit, like he said, and know your audience, know who you're cooking for, and try to figure out what they like. Think about what you are good at cooking at, and bring that together. And yeah, just have fun with it. That's what he said too. Have fun with it. Think about some creative things that you can do to make cooking fun.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate your comments and for making this an interactive discussion. This has been another episode of Relationship Talks. And until next time, good night.
Thank you, Siobhan.
Yes.